What's up, guys? Wes McNair here with the Living Perspective. You already know. I'm waiting at Panda Express for my food to come. So I thought I'd record a little video while I'm here. I want to talk a little bit about something secret space program-ish, maybe. So let's jump right into it. If you haven't heard about the secret space program, there's a lot of whistleblowers that have come out recently with testimonies in the past few years claiming to have been a part of a secret space program. Some of these testimonies are super far out. Highly recommend going to Gaia and watching Cosmic Disclosure, where you can actually hear all these testimonies from the individuals themselves. If you want to check out Cosmic Disclosure, you can do that, or I can tell you a little bit about it. So for one, I need a drink of water. 1 second. Just put you down here. Alright. Okay. So, for starters, Roswell, 1947. What happened there? Alright. It was a crashed UFO. That was the first report. Then they came out the next day and said it was a weather balloon. It would be the only time in history that a weather balloon was confused for a UFO. And by the way, we don't use weather balloons anymore. So, swamp gas, stuff like that. Weather phenomenons. It's hilarious to me. If you look up I can't remember what year, but look up lights over the White House. It was during World War II. It's right after Hitler made a deal with extraterrestrials to get reverse engineered anti-gravity technology. Let's tell you the story about that. So basically what happened was during World War II, Hitler and their scientists there didn't separate science from spirituality and strange phenomena. So what they did was they had psychics channel information from advanced beings, we'll say, to find coordinates for blueprints for how to build advanced technology. That led them to the base of one of the Himalayan mountains, where they apparently came across an entrance to one of many inner earth, and this one was an inner mountain cavern that apparently was absolutely enormous. And basically at this entrance, what they did was they found stone tablets that had blueprints for anti-gravity technology. And what they did was when they found it, they were actually greeted by a group of who Corey Goode, one of the main insiders you'll hear on Cosmic Disclosure, calls the Anshar, which are the blonde-haired, blue-eyed beings that Hitler was so obsessed with. Hitler wrote about this in his journal. He talked about the fact that he believed that blonde-haired, blue-eyed people were the descendants of the gods. And what happened? According to Corey Goode, which I see his testimony as being very compelling, very, it's far out, but it is believable. It's based in a lot of good scientific evidence, a lot of observable proof. So keep an open mind when you're listening to Corey Goode. But basically, what Corey Goode said was this group of Anshar, apparently there was roughly 25 of them, that came to the surface to group Hitler. And what they did was they actually offered Hitler the technology for free energy and anti-gravity propulsion. But they said that we'll give you this technology in exchange. We want you to get rid of your nukes and all your weapons, and you can't use this technology for weaponry. So what he did instead was he said, well, no deal. Believe it or not, he decided not to take the deal. And so, because he wanted to keep his nukes. And so instead, he took his stone tablet back to base, and they started building anti-gravity technology. The specific anti-gravity propulsion mechanism that they had was using mercury. They actually spun mercury in a vortex inside of a... One second, get him my food.
I'm assuming you ordered all this?
Yeah, it's all mine.
So I personally made every single thing myself, and I also made sure
Wow.
all the meals were together. So all these bags, the ones that you had like the 3 meal and the 4 meal.
Oh, you're the best,
They're all
dude.
in the same.
Oh man, that makes it so much easier.
And there's a bunch of ragoon sauce in with the spring rolls.
Oh, right.
And that's where all the sauce is in this box.
Dude.
The bag has sauce, pickles, napkins, and one of the oddball plates.
You're a beast. Here, take this, man. Take that, man. That's all you. No problem, man. Have a good day. Forgot I was recording. All right, so back to Hitler. Look at all this food. Holy cow. All right, back to Hitler. So Hitler and his army, and there's tons of reports in the Navy, from naval reports from World War II that said that they saw these bell-shaped craft appear out of nowhere instantaneously and then disappear instantaneously. And so that was this anti-gravity propulsion technology. And again, it used mercury, where they spun mercury in glass vortexes, or it could have been made of quartz, maybe, but these cylinders, that they spun mercury, and then they applied a very strong electromagnetic field to. And what that does is create anti-gravity, apparently. But also what would happen was the mercury would turn into gold, because mercury is only 2 electrons different from gold, so when you apply that high electromagnetic charge, it actually gains those 2 electrons and turns to gold. So this is alchemy. Also, if you do research in like ancient civilizations and stuff, a lot of ancient, or a couple, I know of at least one for sure, an ancient site that actually has, sorry, I'm moving you around so much, an ancient site that was actually full of mercury in the bottom. And they're like, why would these beings keep mercury? Well, it could have been to power their craft, or it could have been they knew how to turn that into gold. And gold, especially monatomic gold, which means individual atoms of gold, are proven to have anti-gravity properties, as well as cloaking properties, as well as the ability to actually transcend dimensions. They put monatomic gold, which looks like white powder, which apparently is known as manna in a lot of ancient text. This white powdery gold, and the Chinese talked about a white powder that they believed that if they consume it would make them live forever. Ultimately, gold is the best transfer of energy known to man, and we are energetic beings, so when we consume it, it actually is really, really good for us. But also it has these anti-gravity properties, as well as, again, what they did was they put this white powder in this vacuum chamber. They heated it up to so many, they heated it up, and apparently they didn't have to heat it a whole lot. They heated it up just a little bit, and the white powder completely disappeared. And what they did was they vacuumed it out. They vacuumed it out to try to vacuum out all of the monatomic gold. And what happened was, when they cooled the chamber back off, it reappeared there. So it didn't get sucked out. So the test was to see if the gold was actually disappearing from this reality, or if it was just becoming invisible. And what they proved is that it is in fact going to a higher level of frequency, because gold is so efficient in transferring energy, and heat is basically high vibrations. When you apply that high vibration to the gold, it's so good at expelling that and containing that energy, that it literally transcends this dimension. It goes to a higher frequency that we can't even perceive it. But maybe a multidimensional being could still utilize it at that level. Who knows? So So there's a lot that goes into this secret space program. Okay. Probably the most compelling testimony of all is by William Thompkins. William Thompkins was recruited to work for NASA after being a Navy. Basically, he got recruited to the Navy because he made all these amazing, perfect models of the ships. And so he got recruited to the Navy through that, and then he ends up getting recruited to NASA later on and ends up being part of the Apollo mission and actually William Tompkins designed the propulsion system for the Apollo missions. He is one of the main reasons why we made it to the moon. And his story of what happened during the moon landing is totally different from what we saw. What we saw could have well been green screened. I do believe that we went to the moon. I definitely think that Germany beat us there by a long shot, and they got there a lot differently than we did because they already had the anti-gravity technology. And I believe that the first base that humans from our planet built on the moon was by Germany in the shape of a swastika, and they actually made a movie about that. By the way, we could talk a lot more about black magic and why they put stuff out in the open. And another thing is that you need to understand there's a deeper level to all of this, right? Because Hitler was actually a Rothschild. If you study Hitler's lineage, his granddad was actually a Rothschild, which connects him to the people who control the Federal Reserve that actually print money for the United States. So your dollar bills are being printed by someone who's related to Hitler. It's absolutely insane. And then on that track, on that subject of how there's a deeper layer, look at Project Paperclip. After World War II, we recruited 1,600 Nazi scientists to work for NASA and other programs because they were already so advanced in their technology and their science. And they were also advanced in not just anti-gravity and free energy technology, but they knew how to do mind control techniques as well. They were very proficient in using a combination of torture, trauma, hypnosis, pharmaceuticals to completely mind control someone. And we recruited them to work for MK Ultra. You can look up MK Ultra, very much so the most infamous mind control program ever known to the United States, at least. And it's talked about in a few different movies. The one I know for sure is Captain America Winter Soldier, where they talk about MK Ultra. And in fact, the Winter Soldier himself was subject to the mind control programming, and they're able to be activated. And I actually know someone personally. His name's Dustin DeMoss, and he has been through MK Ultra style mind control programming. Now, I don't know if he is programmed like Winter Soldier to where he can be activated to be some kind of killing machine. Apparently that's something that they do, but not to everyone. Maybe. And love you, Dustin. You'll find that funny, don't worry. And but yeah, so they do this kind of mind control programming, but the main thing that Dustin experienced, I think, was they instill fear in you, and they actually remove a lot of stuff from your memory. So he has a lot of these whistleblowers actually don't remember what happened to them at first, and they have some memories that might come up, or they have missing time, weird experiences like that, where they're like, oh wait, I think I remember that differently. And then they go to a regression therapist, which, by the way, are not cheap, and they do work. And you can go back to childhood memories. You can go back to past lives, even, and you can definitely, most certainly, go back to memories that have been removed via mind control hypnosis, that kind of thing. So a lot of these whistleblowers actually don't remember what happened to them, and apparently only 3%, according to whistleblowers. Now, I've heard about 4 of them, very similar testimonies, and they say only about 3% actually start having memories after what they've been through. So it's pretty intense. Anyways, guys, that was a little 15-minute rant for y'all. I'll talk more about the secret space program later. definitely go to Gaia and look up Cosmic Disclosure and watch these testimonies yourself. It's absolutely mind-blowing. David Wilcock's in touch with some of his own insiders, and you have to bear with him because he can't name them all, but I can assure you they are real people, and they are really coming out with the truth at some of the highest levels. And by the way, these guys, Corey Goode, predicted the To the Stars Academy that would happen. They basically predicted everything that's going on right now with the coronavirus pandemic, false flag event, and with everything that's going on with the racial division that they're trying to create in this country. So, much love, guys. I didn't do my podcast today with Dustin, so I figured I'd do a little video for y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, much love. Namaste. Have a great day.